Guess who's back? Okay, guess who's back?
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you are right now, I want you to relax. Take a deep breath. You don't need to hurry. You don't need to understand everything. Today, I want to talk to you about something very common, something many people feel but don't talk about. You understand words in English. You recognize vocabulary. You know many meanings. But when people speak, everything feels different. They speak fast. They connect words. They don't stop. And suddenly, the English you studied disappears. If this happens to you, listen carefully. You are not alone. Many learners feel exactly the same way. They read well. They understand slowly. But listening feels impossible. And this can be frustrating. Very frustrating. You may think you are not good at English. You may think you are slow. You may think something is wrong with you. But that is not true. The problem is not your intelligence. The problem is not your effort. The problem is not your memory. The problem is listening. Listening is a different skill. Listening needs time. Listening needs repetition. People don't speak like books. They don't speak clearly. They don't separate words. They connect sounds. They reduce words. They change pronunciation. For example, did you eat becomes did you eat? Going to becomes gonna. This is normal English, real English, and no one tells you this at the beginning. So when you don't understand, you blame yourself. But you shouldn't. Understanding spoken English is a process, a slow process, a natural process. Your brain needs exposure. Your ears need training. That's why listening every day is important. Not once a week. Not sometimes. Every day. Even 10 minutes helps. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to translate every word. In fact, translating is one of the biggest problems. When you translate in your head, you slow down, and English keeps moving. Instead, you need to let the sound flow, like music. You don't translate music, you feel it. English works the same way. At first, it sounds confusing, then familiar, then clearer, little by little. Some days you will feel progress, other days you won't. That is normal. Learning English is not a straight line. It goes up, it goes down. But every day you listen, your brain is learning, even if you don't notice it. This is why repetition is powerful. Listening to the same kind of English again and again creates patterns in your mind. Your brain starts to recognize sounds, then phrases, then ideas. And one day, without realizing it, you understand more. Not perfectly, but better. You may still miss words. That's okay. Native speakers miss words too. Understanding everything is not the goal. Understanding the message is the goal. Confidence comes from familiarity. The more you listen, the more familiar English becomes. And fear starts to disappear. You stop panicking. You stop thinking too much. You just listen. Right now, as you listen to this voice, you are training your ears. You are doing the right thing. You don't need to rush. You don't need pressure. English will come. Your job is simple. Listen, repeat when you can, and be patient with yourself. Many people quit because they feel stuck, but they were closer than they thought. Don't quit. If you understand words but not conversations, it means you are already on the path. You are not starting from zero. You are learning. Right now. And that matters. Keep listening. Let English surround you. Let it become familiar. Your ears are learning even when your mind feels tired. And slowly, very slowly, English starts to sound different. Sometimes you don't notice the progress. It feels invisible. You listen today and tomorrow feels the same. But learning does not work like a switch. It works like layers. Each time you listen, your brain adds a small layer. A sound becomes familiar. A rhythm feels known. A phrase starts to make sense. You may not understand the words, but you understand the intention. And that is important, because communication is not about perfection. It is about connection. When people speak, they don't wait for you. They keep talking. They keep moving. So your brain needs to learn to stay calm. When you panic, everything sounds faster. But when you relax, your ears open. This is why calm listening is powerful. You are not here to pass a test. You are here to get used to the sound. English has a melody, a rhythm. At first, it sounds chaotic, but after time, it becomes predictable. Your brain loves patterns. The more you listen, the more patterns you collect. And one day, you realize something changed. You don't understand everything, but you are no longer lost. You recognize when a sentence starts. You recognize when it ends. You recognize emotions in the voice. And that is progress. Many learners think they need more grammar, but grammar is not the main problem. Listening is. You can know all the rules and still not understand speech, because real English is not clean. It is messy. People interrupt themselves. They change ideas. They repeat, and that is okay. You are training for real life, not for a book. So don't worry if this feels hard. Hard means your brain is working. Easy means no growth. You are growing right now. Your ears are learning to separate sounds. Your brain is learning to ignore noise, little by little. You may feel tired sometimes. That is normal. Listening uses a lot of energy, so take breaks when you need them. But come back. Consistency matters more than intensity. 10 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Let English become part of your routine. While you walk, while you rest, while you relax. No pressure. You don't need to repeat out loud every time. Sometimes just listening is enough. Your brain records everything, even when you think it doesn't. Trust the process. Every learner who speaks English well was once confused. They all passed through this stage, the stage where words are familiar but sentences are not. That stage is not failure. It is progress. It means you moved from beginner to real listening, and that is a big step. So be kind to yourself. You are not late. You are not slow. You are learning at your pace, and your pace is fine. As you continue listening, you will start catching small phrases, not full sentences, just pieces. That is how it starts. Pieces become lines. Lines become ideas. And one day, a conversation makes sense. Not perfectly, but enough. Enough to respond. Enough to understand. And that feeling is powerful. So stay here. Keep listening. Let the sounds wash over you. Let your brain do its job. You don't need to force anything. English will slowly organize itself inside your mind. And one day, without warning, you will understand more than you expect. And that moment will feel natural, like it was always meant to happen. You are building that moment right now, with every minute you listen, with every sound you hear. And you don't need to rush it. Just stay here and listen. As you continue listening, something important begins to happen. Your fear starts to fade. You stop fighting the language. You stop trying to control every sound. And instead, you allow English to be English. This is a turning point, because learning is not about control. It is about exposure. When you expose yourself to English again and again, your brain adapts. It always does. Humans are designed to learn languages. You did it once before. You learned your first language by listening, not by studying rules, not by translating, just by hearing sounds every day. English works the same way. At first, it feels uncomfortable. Your mind wants certainty. Your mind wants clarity. But language is not always clear, and that's okay. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to communicate. And communication begins with listening. Listening without pressure. Listening without judgment. You don't need to understand everything you hear. You just need to stay present. When you stay present, your brain connects sounds naturally. You begin to recognize common expressions. You recognize tone. You recognize intention. And slowly, very slowly, English stops sounding like noise. It starts sounding like language. You may not notice the exact moment. It happens quietly. One day you realize you understood a sentence. Another day you understand a question. And another day you answer without translating. That moment feels simple, but it is powerful. It means your brain is doing what it is supposed to do. So if today still feels hard, remember this. Hard does not mean impossible. Hard means new, and new always feels uncomfortable at first. Give yourself permission to be a learner. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are exactly where you need to be. Every minute you spend listening is an investment. Even when you feel tired, even when you feel confused, your brain is working quietly in the background. Trust that work. There is no rush. There is no deadline. English is not running away from you. It will wait as long as you keep showing up, listening again, repeating again, day after day. This is how understanding is built, not in one big moment, but in many small ones. And those small moments add up. So continue listening, continue exposing yourself to real English. Let the sounds become familiar. Let the rhythms settle in your mind. And when you don't understand, don't get angry. Smile, because not understanding means you are learning something new. And that is a good sign. Right now, you are becoming more comfortable with English. Right now, your ears are getting stronger. And right now, you are moving forward, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. So take another breath, relax your shoulders. You are doing well. Keep listening, keep trusting the process. English will slowly open up to you. And one day, you will realize that conversations feel easier, not perfect, but natural. And when that happens, you will know that all this listening was worth it. You are on the right path. Keep going. And now, it's time to rest your mind. You've listened, you've learned, and that is enough for today. Remember, every time you listen, your English gets stronger. Even when it feels slow, even when it feels quiet, you are moving forward. So take this calm feeling with you. Carry it into your day or into your night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for trusting the process. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye for now, and we'll talk again next time.